that it's playoff time. I'm hyped. Truthfully, we discussed a lot. We talked about the series. We talked a lot about the Eastern Conference for the most part. We touched on the Western Conference, but in all fairness, we kind of know inevitably who is going to the finals at least, or have a strong chance. Can we all agree with that the Warriors are going to go to the finals?
Well, I feel like the West is almost locked in.
Yeah, it's pretty much. Even though Houston's doing pretty well for
I
themselves,
just feel like everyone knows.
I don't see anybody in the
Was
West
that going
beating-
at 6 the most?
Yeah, I don't see anybody in the West going 7 in general against Golden State. There's no way.
Just can't.
With that guy wearing 30 and the other guy wearing 35, no. I'm
Don't
sorry.
sleep on 11.
Truthfully, I
Oh,
feel
11
like,
is nice
who
too.
do you think is the biggest
Sorry.
threat for the Warriors
The biggest
in
threat.
the Western Conference? Like,
Oh, you're talking about like who's their biggest threat?
Yes.
I say Houston. I'm gonna be honest.
I think-
Denver is. I'm sorry, but Denver.
oh, they're not ready.
Denver is
and
not ready.
And I feel like everybody knows that, and I'm just fascinated that everybody's okay with it. Like normally you'd expect sometimes like high expectations on a 2 seed. This is probably the most underwhelming 2 seed we've seen in past
Definitely
years.
the most underwhelming, for sure.
Because you compare that 2 seed in a tough Western Conference to the 2 seed that we had in the Celtics last year. If we played this Denver team in the conference final, I know it's Eastern Western, but in comparison, like top 2 teams in each conference, if we played the Denver Nuggets last year, man, we're going to the finals. And I feel like they're missing somebody. I feel like they're missing. I feel like they could land a free agent. I feel like they're attracted to a place like Brooklyn. They're on the come up and stuff. So one thing I think we should introduce is
Give them some time, and PJ comes in.
who?
Michael Porter Jr. Denver.
Like, all right, let's get into Michael Porter Jr. Is he a bust?
No.
I feel like we
No,
can't even
okay,
say
well,
he's a bust yet because we haven't seen him
We
play.
haven't seen him play.
But I just don't like him. After what he said to Luka, no one disrespects Luka like that. Like Luka Doncic is such a likable guy. He just gives me the wrong impression.
Obviously, like what we've seen out of Luka was just amazing this season. But I feel like at that time, early in the season, you had to kind of say Luka and MPJ are the same level
That's
player.
right, yeah.
They're the same level kind of
Sorta.
player until you saw
contradict
everything this
yourself.
season.
We all agreed that we can't call him a bust if he hasn't played. Then why are we saying they're at the same level? We haven't even seen him play yet.
I mean,
I'm just
I
saying, I
kind
don't
of get
think-
what he's saying because at one point, before we even talked about Doncic and
Season.
Trae Young, Michael Porter was like,
Oh, he
that
was the
guy.
man. He was the man.
Yeah.
He was going to be the number 1 pick. We already had that in our minds.
And I know he wasn't healthy, but I was surprised that he went. What was it, 14th, 15th in the
Yeah, he was
draft?
14.
That's the
Yeah.
craziest steal.
You can't say that because you haven't seen him play yet.
I haven't.
If you could say Lonzo Ball's not a bust and call this guy great,
Look,
that
I
makes
just think
zero
for him
sense.
to be projected to go number 1 still even hurt. I think one of the teams was still even thinking about taking him.
to roll it,
to fall to 14.
you make a great point. I give you that. Cause for a team to roll the dice on somebody that in the draft,
Barely played in college.
you get your point taken. But I feel the biggest thing, they need a free agent. And I feel like we should talk about the free agents right now that are available coming off this offseason. I feel like the biggest ones, obviously, you agree, KD.
Yeah.
I feel KD, we got KD's either going to the Knicks or going to Golden State. I feel like the one no one's really talking about enough is Kawhi Leonard. Kemba, you make a great point. But I feel like Kawhi Leonard, like, we talked about Kawhi. Is he happy in Toronto? Is he gonna play in Toronto? But what I've seen, I know he hasn't performed that great. Well, he performed pretty good in the first 2 games. He didn't have a great performance, had 16 points in Game 3. But me personally, I think he's gonna stay.
I know Ibaka had that little YouTube video. He asked him,
And
I didn't seem too sure.
what do you think, dude?
I don't know, man. I feel like he still wants to like leave. I don't feel like I'm not too like into like thinking he's gonna stay in the East or even just in Toronto. Maybe he wants to go to somewhere else in the East, but I feel like he's just gonna want to go West.
I feel like
Maybe he likes the East but doesn't want to stay in Toronto.
I feel like listen, he's not in his career. He's not going to win a championship at all. He already won a championship with San Antonio, but he's not going to win another one in the Western Conference, no matter where he goes. I'm sorry, just being realistic.
LeBron found that out the hard way.
I think he knew his career's not done, but him winning is done. Him winning at that high caliber level. But I feel like the reason why I say Kawhi Leonard's going to stay is because they know they're going to lose Lowry. Lowry was not happy. He said it in an interview that he was not happy. Like, he's not good with the management there. He's not good with the ownership. He's not with Toronto. He plays for Toronto. He reps Toronto's fan base. But as a person of the organization, he's not proud to be part of the organization in that aspect because he was disgusted by it. So I feel like him, and especially after that playoff performance, the court playoff performance he's having against the Orlando Magic.
Yeah.
You're having trouble scoring on DJ Augustine. Are you serious right now? Yeah, like you're really having trouble scoring. I feel like they're gonna part ways. I feel like Toronto's gonna put their main focus around Kawhi Leonard, and they have acquired great assets. We talk about Gasol, we talk about Van Fleet, we talk about Green. I feel like this team, if they build on Kawhi, if they land Kawhi, championship team.
I think, look, we clown on Lowry a lot. We make jokes about the donuts.
Dad bod.
Yeah, all right, but like maybe the trade or him getting out of Toronto is best for him. Just how DeRozan did better, is doing better in San Antonio. Maybe Lowry needs to change soon.
I feel like Lowry's best years are in Toronto. I feel like Lowry has been in the league for a while. He's played years before his Toronto days. I feel like his best days were with DeMar.
He used to play with Houston. That's the funny part.
Yeah, did he play for Memphis as well?
I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty confident he did too, but I feel like
Maybe
he's in
his
his
time's up.
I think his time's up. Period.
I was just about to say
I
that.
feel, he looks like a young guy. He's in his mid-30s. He's 33, 34.
I thought he was like 28.
I thought he was like 27.
No, he has mileage. He's a 2008 Honda Civic right now. And you know what's going on sale right now? Those new Accords in the draft.
I was about to say he's playing like a Prius right now.
Man,
Kyle Lowry, he's playing like a Prius.
what if my mom drove a Prius? How would you feel right now?
I'm sorry to all the moms out there driving.
Listen. We're about equality in here. Prius drivers matter. All right, we're gonna say it right now. But all right, on to the next. We're Celtics fans. We're biased Celtics fans, but we keep it real with basketball. Is Kyrie staying?
Oh man, I say if they don't get Anthony Davis,
I think he's saying.
To be honest, being running this, I have to make a decision, and I want him to stay. So I'm going to say he stays because I feel like it's not even him not liking the team that much. I feel like the media was just on him this year for everything he said. He contradicted himself. He tried to be Mr. Hero. He tried to be a leader. Then he was talking about all the young guys. I feel like the fan base is falling in love with him. The tunnel-minded green team fan base is saying, "Oh, well, we need the Eastern Conference without Kyrie. We don't need Kyrie." I feel like this Indiana series is selling selling the fact that we need Kyrie more than Kyrie needs us. Fair enough? Kyrie can win a championship this free agency. He can go wherever he wants.
I don't think so. I think if he leaves Boston, he has such a bad stint trying to be a leader that he surrenders that. You know what I mean? He leaves and he shows that he can't be a leader.
He's never gonna be 1A again. He's never.
Exactly, but I feel like when he leaves, he would just show that he has to give it up. He can't be the 1A. He can't do that.
He's gonna be if he leaves, can we agree with this? If he leaves, he's gonna be in a position. The closest thing to a leadership position that he's gonna get is with OKC. Has it right now. Westbrook and PG. They're gonna be chanting MVP. Did you guys see that? They were chanting MVP for PG. Did you guys laugh and say, I wonder what Westbrook's thinking? Did you guys have any of those thoughts?
I mean, not necessarily because, like, for a moment, a split second, we were like, wow, this dude really could possibly win MVP. Because this dude was putting up ridiculous numbers, but he was on a tear. But, I mean, we can't fault Westbrook, even though he's kind of the problem in OKC. I'll give it to him. The stats that he's putting up with the triple-doubles, it is kind of crazy. But, I mean, that's becoming an overrated stat.
It's stat padding.
So, yeah.
Stat padding is the biggest thing. I feel like when Lowry tried to justify his case saying that he was an effective player, you had 8 rebounds, 8 assists. 4 of those rebounds were when the defense was running back. The offense was running back into defense. Yeah. They were open boards for anybody. They were empty rebounds. All right, so Kyrie, is he staying? Is he going?
Yeah. I say stay. I think his rep, like I see, can't really take that hit.
I would love for him to stay, but I say he's most likely.
On to the next. Let's talk about Clay. I feel like this is the most interesting.
Clay.
I feel like this is the most interesting because I don't know if you guys seen this video. It was Iguodala, KD, Steph, Clay. I want to say it was Livingston, and they were talking about I think Andre Iguodala said, yeah, we'd be crazy if one of us left, to be honest. And Curry's laughing. He's laughing. Livingston's laughing. And you see KD sitting there like, and Clay makes that little smirk, when you know, like, yeah, okay, sure, yeah, I blue face boys. But I feel like the best place for him to go is LA.
I think that's if he's not gonna stay in Golden State, that's where he's gonna go.
If he leaves, I feel like
I say Golden State is the best spot, but I don't know. I can't see him leaving Golden State.
I feel you. I just feel like, in my opinion, I feel like I mean, he's not gonna get that playing with LeBron, but I would like to see him in a leadership role, like as 1A that you guys were talking about.
he cannot be a 1A player.
I'm just saying, I'd like to see him.
He can't dribble the basketball. Me and him have the same handles. Dan, if he comes to Zot, he's gonna scrape us. But let's be honest. In the NBA court, he can't dribble the ball. I don't think I've ever seen him dribble more than 7 dribbles.
But that's the thing, we don't know that because he's in a position where he's coming off of screens constantly. He's only taking maybe one dribble.
Listen, James Worthy is arguably I say he's a top 10 Laker of all time, easy. He was never a 1 or a 2. He was a 3. You know what I mean? He was a third option for a very good Lakers team. And that's what Klay Thompson will be. I know he was the Splash Brothers. It was Curry and him, and they got kicked to KD. Then he got kicked back to the 4th spot with Boogie. But he's not a number 1. And LeBron, we talked about this last time we were here. LeBron needs shooters. He needs people that could just camp in a 3 and D type of guys. That's when he won his rings. When he had Mike Miller, Ray Allen, they take it back to Cleveland. Kyle Korver didn't play that great, in my opinion, in Cleveland. But he had shooters. He had J.R. Smith.
Yeah.
He doesn't have that in LA.
Here's my thing about Jordan, man. In Golden State, you're gonna win consistently, even as the third option. He's getting his 20 a game. He's still recognized as one of the greatest shooters of all time.
Yeah, I feel like people take that for granted for sure.
He's gonna move up on the list. He's gonna keep going. Accolades are gonna, add up or pile up. The only thing I can see him leaving for is money, and honestly, KD getting the Nike money, KD's getting his 25 a year. Why not give Klay that max?
The reason why Klay's not getting that Nike money is because
he has
that ugly sneaker.
But you get what I mean. He's not getting the Nike money like KD's getting. He's not getting that. Give him the max. Keep him all together.
In my opinion, I see him going to the Lakers strongly, but here we gotta talk about Uncle Jimmy. Uncle Jimmy. Jimmy Butler, come on now.
Oh, man.
If you don't play good, Uncle Jimmy's gonna let you know. And you're gonna be doing layups in the rain and the driveway if you don't have more than double digits. You guys know what I'm talking about. I call him Uncle Jimmy. He's that loud uncle that's at the CYO games at the Boys and Girls Club. That if his son or nephew misses a free throw, a layup, oh my God!
hey, you gotta make that, bro. What you doing out there, man? If I was out there, man, I'd be killing it, man.
Coaching from the sidelines, that annoying uncle. That in my opinion, that's what Jimmy is. Can we agree on that?
Of course. I mean, have you seen the new episode of Game of Zones?
I haven't. I watched the first 3 and then I fell off.
There's season 6 and it includes Jimmy Butler with the Timberwolves, and he goes to the 76ers or whatever. But it's basically what he does in real life. He goes crazy after somebody does some foolish. He's like, "Oh man, you gotta make that, bro. What are you doing? It's trash."
If Philly loses another game this season or this series, they're about to have practice right after that game.
Oh, Philly's not playing that. I think they barely snagged that one against Brooklyn today. Jimmy Butler, it's just a weird case with him because you talked about like that taint that Kyrie would have if he leaves Boston, and I agree with that. He's gonna have that taint. I feel like Jimmy Butler doesn't have a taint. He has a whole bucket of hate thrown at his head right now because
he wants to work hard.
It's not him working hard. It's anybody could work hard. He has that Mamba. I'm not comparing him with Kobe Bryant. He has that Mamba vibe of calling out his players and teammates, and I respect that. But you're not that. Kevin Garnett said the best. He's not that nice to be doing that. He's average. The highest he's ever averaged, Leroy. He's at the high. He's never passed the cap of 23 points per game, and he's a scorer. He's one of the best 2-way players in the league, Leroy.